What's up, you guys? Today we're going to talk all about the SEO Content Advantage, what that means for you, what it means for your business, your website, and how you can use it to get ahead. Let's dive in. Showing up online is all about making sure that you have proper SEO on your website, and the most important thing is content on your website. So the SEO Content Advantage is all about giving Google information about you and information that you know to establish authority, expertise, experience, and trustworthiness in Google's eyes, that it shows you on the search result pages when your customers are searching for your exact services. So how do you take advantage of the SEO Content Advantage? Well, it's pretty simple. It's by simply literally continuing and consistently posting content, fresh content on your website, giving Google that consistency that it loves, giving Google that understanding that you know what you're talking about in your industry. Anything from, if you're a contractor, talking about bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels, but also exterior paint, house maintenance, all the different adjacent topics around your core business model. That's what you need to be creating a ton of content about, and that's what's going to give you this advantage. When Google is trying to find somebody to show inside of the search results, let's say a customer comes in and says, I need a new bathroom remodel, Google is going to show who's the most experienced in that area, and especially in the local area. So if there's nobody producing content in your local area, A, that means you have a huge advantage right now for your content to seriously start ranking you faster. And B, right now, if nobody's producing content, Google's just gonna show like Angie's List or Thumbtack or House, any of those national brands that they know are a strong, viable option, even though it's not very applicable for that exact local area. If you've seen my other video all about the SEO stalemate, you'll understand that a business website that has all of the common pages, the About Us, the home page, the Contact Us, all those kind of main pages like service page and so on, all SEO optimized, that's great. It's a good start. It's a good foundation. You need that. But what happens when your competitor has that exact same thing? Well, now you're in a stalemate. Google doesn't know who to show first. That's why having this fresh content that you're literally filling your website with is so powerful, and it gives you a major advantage because Google's gonna really know who you are, what you're about, your level of expertise, and it's just gonna naturally show you above your competitor who has only their common pages optimized. And that is the specific reason why the SEO Content Advantage is so powerful for your business. Here's a couple of quick stats I want to read to you guys about how content makes a big impact on your business website's SEO. All right, businesses that blog receive 97% more backlink than those who don't. That's because naturally other publications and other websites are going to want to link to good quality content. They're not just going to link to your service page or to your About Us page or your home page. Most of the time they're not going to do that. It doesn't make sense. But if you have a really good study or a guide or some sort of really cool case study or some sort of fresh content on your website, like the top trending colors of 2024, 25, whatever year it is, you're going to naturally just get those backlinks. That's why it's super important. Stat 2, websites with active blogs have 434% more index pages than those without active blogs. You guys, that's huge. If you don't understand what that means that these are pages that Google actually is adding into its file of potential pages it can show to people. It's crawling all of these pages, and it understands the business so much more, and it'll give a lot more context to what it's doing. This helps you guys show up when your potential customers are searching for you. Stat number 3, companies publishing 16 plus blogs per month get 3.5 times more traffic than those publishing 0 to 4 monthly posts. This is incredible, you guys. You can literally get 3.5 times more traffic on your website. These are literally seriously potential leads for your business. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. A few reasons why having fresh content on your website is super important. So you don't want to just get a backlog of a bunch of content and have it all on your website and then never touch it again. You want to continually, consistently post fresh content. And here's a couple of reasons why. 1, it signals to the search engines that you are active, you're relevant, you know what's going on, you're up on the trends, you are literally a business that's still operating. There's thousands and thousands of websites online that are just static websites that are actually out of business companies, but Google has no clue. How would they know unless they literally get deactivated. So that's reason number one. Reason number two will be it actually gives your users and your potential customers a reason to return to your website. So maybe you're sending them there through newsletters, or maybe you're able to post about it on your socials, or you're literally just getting users searching online and they're finding you through this fresh content that has something up to date with your relevant state. And then reason number three is that having this fresh content on there really helps build authority in Google's eyes. And it's that consistency that builds authority in Google's eyes. And it's a really strong signal to Google because so many people are not doing it. So the bar is actually really low for you to quickly just jump right up and over if you're willing to put in a little bit of effort and work. Okay, I know what you're thinking. A little bit of effort and work, that is so much work consistently publishing a bunch of articles every single day or 16 times a month. How do I have time for that? And that's where Magic Blog comes in. With Magic Blog, you can set up auto blogging jobs that literally can get way down in the details or just be more broad and precise. And you can have it set up. It's a one-time setup. It takes a few minutes, get it rolling, and you literally can have consistent article publishing on your website every single day. Okay, so here are a couple of types of content that can really give your website and your business that content edge that we're talking about here. First and foremost, blog articles. That's just an easy one that you can just cover everything in your entire industry and even further around your industry, all about tons of articles, whatever it is that you're an expert in. You want to make sure that Google understands that you're an expert in your core business model as well, but you also want to talk about all the adjacent topics as well, because it gives you a really well-rounded positioning inside of how Google views you as an expert. If you're only talking about one specific thing, you'll only show up when that happens, but you won't even show up that often. Whereas somebody who has a really well-rounded base of information online, Google's going to see them as a bigger and better influence and going to want to show you higher inside of the search results ranking pages. So definitely important to do that. Another type of content that you can be doing is case studies. So past customers that you've worked with, how have you improved their life? What type of job did you do for them? So the case studies are really important. You want to make sure that you're able to talk eloquently about your past projects that you've done, because A, that'll give more fresh content for Google to understand who you are. B, doing case studies on your website is going to give Google that fresh understanding of what you're up to, what you're doing, and really want to rank you and show you there. But it's also a really good opportunity for you to get inside of the local SEO there. Like if you did a remodel job in a specific city in your area, make sure you say that city, because that's going to give you that SEO, local SEO power there. And then there's other types of content, whether it's reviews or guides or studies, all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of different types of content that you can do on your website. So make sure that you're taking advantage of all these different SEO content advantages that you can. So why does this all matter? Why do you want to do the SEO Content Advantage? Well, there's a couple different reasons. A, it'll improve your ranking. So your entire website, the entire internet has a ranking system for the different websites that are out there, and it's called your domain authority. And Google values the domain authority so much so that if a website that has a high domain authority just barely talks about a specific subject, Google's going to want to show that above anybody else pretty much, unless they have a pretty high domain authority. And so raising your domain authority is actually extremely hard, and it takes a lot of consistent hard effort and work and time and lots of content and following Google's best practices. That's where having an auto blogging system that can just do all of this for you in the background and you never have to touch it can literally improve your life so much and your entire business search result ranking higher than you can even imagine, faster than if you're trying to do it all by yourself. Having you show up when your customers are searching, that ends up in more traffic and more leads and more sales, more revenue for your company, so that you can actually get ahead with how you're trying to grow your business. And SEO is all about the long-term compounding effect. Doing SEO for a couple months, it's not going to really give you very many results. Even for 6 months and a year, it's going to start taking a good effect and it's going to start working. But if you do this consistently year after year after year, it doesn't just add a little bit every single year. It's actually compounding on all the foundation of the content that you put on your website, and it's literally like a hockey stick growth effect. You'll pick up more and more traffic the higher you go, and this is all because of where your specific link to your website is showing up inside of the search engine result pages, the SERP, the SERPs is what we call them. That's super important to get what's called above the fold. That means the very first 3 websites that show up when you search, those are generally what's called above the fold. So you don't even have to scroll down to get to those. Those get majority of the traffic. It also establishes a much higher brand authority in the end consumer's eyes. If you can show up there, that's where you're going to get like literally 90% of the traffic. That's the most important thing. Not very many people go below the fold. Not many people at all go to the next pages. So trying to get your search results higher and higher is the goal. All right, so how do you take all of this information and make it literally applicable for what you're doing in a day-to-day method? Well, there's a couple different ways. You can either go the manual route, that's gonna just take more time and it's going to produce the same results. So you can go with the keyword research. You wanna make sure that you identify what keywords you're trying to target, your core keywords, long tail keywords, and then adjacent keywords, so that you're talking a broad spectrum all around the industry that you're talking about. And then what you're gonna wanna do is make sure that you have a really good system for writing that content. Are you writing it? Are you using AI? How are you going to do it? Make sure that you get it to where it's not just looking like a template, that you actually have fresh, readable content that you're producing. And then you're gonna wanna go ahead and track that progress. You're gonna wanna make sure that you're understanding which articles are working and either double down on that or spend more time in some of the other specific niches that you're working in and try to break into more authority in those areas, establishing an overall EEAT in Google's eyes: experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. The other option that you can do is go with an auto blogging software. Magic Blog has it dialed in to where you can literally set up all of these different auto blogging jobs, a large variety of the types of content that you're producing, all centered around your specific SEO content strategy. We can even help with you getting that set up. So a couple different ways that you can achieve this fresh content on the daily, and regular content is what's gonna help set you apart and give you that SEO content advantage. We've literally set up our entire business to help other businesses like you show up when their customers are searching. We got sick and tired and fed up of those lead generation websites in our own contracting business. We did not like that. Thumbtack and Angie's and House were charging so much money for us to be able to get our specific customers in our local area. They're national brands. Why are they showing up in my specific area? And when we dove into it and really figured out exactly why what we're achieving, it was because we wanted to help other businesses like you show up when your customers are searching. Make sure to start getting on that fresh content immediately, because that's gonna, like I said, give you that compounding effect, and it just literally takes time, and the sooner you get started, the better. So go ahead, jump over to magicblog.ai and sign up today for your free trial to get going.